One of the hardest things that you're going to encounter, whether you're working in personal development, team development, leadership development, trying to start a business on your own, start a gym membership. Self-discipline. Self-discipline is what we're talking about today. And it is absolutely one of the hardest things to do because, listen, you are ultimately holding yourself accountable. You are the one that commits to eating clean for the foreseeable future. Maybe it's the first week, maybe 30 days in, right? And you're trying to learn these new habits. You're the one that is creating a system in place to hold yourself accountable. And things get in the way, like procrastination, distractions, motivations. One of the things that gets in the way the most, if you're trying to let's just use it, get to start a new gym routine, it's old habits, old friends that don't want that to see you change. They like you the way they are. You like you how they are. You want to start getting up early. First thing to do is the first day the alarm gets off, and you're like, either some folks hit the snooze button and go back. Just like this, not today. I'm not ready to start this yet. Sometimes you go a couple days and you realize that it is tough. And you hear some studies about it takes 21 days to create a new habit or what have you, but it's absolutely hard to just hold yourself accountable and create that self-discipline. So some things that you can do is set clear and achievable goals. A lot of my content talks about manageable goals. And for some things you do, I've worked with folks that are absolutely in a bad place. We're setting goals for tomorrow. We're not worried about what's going to happen down the road next year. We're setting a realistic goal of this is what I would like to accomplish tomorrow. But we were able to do that, reach our goals through creating a structured plan. If we know where we want to be goal-wise, we can create a roadmap that's going to help us get there. 3, eliminate temptations. If you're trying to start a new healthy habit, a new diet, new fitness program, is you have to eliminate those old temptations. If you're trying to kick alcohol, the first thing you need to do is take alcohol out of your house and quit going to bars, right? Sounds simple, but it's not, because you're used to having those things around. If you're trying to lose 15 pounds, is taking the sweets out of the house or the sodas, whatever that is causing you to have those extra pounds that you're trying to lose, is eliminating the temptation. I've changed my phone number a couple times. I went through a phase in my life a handful of years ago, not a handful, longer than that. It's been a while, but I changed my phone number like 4 times because I kept some folks that I needed to just distance myself from at the time continued to want to create conversations with me. It's not that I didn't like those people. It's just that I needed to take a break so I could really work on me. Eliminating the temptations that are keeping you where you are. Practicing regular self-reflection is celebrating wins from each day. Sometimes from each hour. You get through, if your routine is walking through your work and you go through and you always stop and you grab a piece of candy out of Sally's candy dish, and today you didn't, that's very, very celebratable. We should be excited that we did that. It's so crazy to some folks, but it's a big deal on a grand scale. It's a grand scale because those are wins that we continue to stack. So figuring out what's working, what's not working, and adjust your strategies accordingly. And building on those is just creating healthy habits, is not being self-destructive, not having destructive behaviors, as I was once told, is creating, whether that's food, whether that's in your relationships, whether that's how you live your life, is creating healthy habits and finding consistency. Not everything is going to work for you that works for other people. And you're going to have to find what works for you. And sometimes that goes extreme until you can dial it back. Seeking accountability, that's one of my jobs, is reaching out. Even if it's not me, working with a coach or an accountability partner, a mentor, someone that can help you be accountable to what you said you're going to do. Sometimes, and it's good to pay those people money, because when you pay attention. Is working with a coach that's going to hold you accountable. You can start with a friend, and that's a really good way. At the gym, I had people come in, and they were excited to have their friend with them to help hold them accountable. And they would come to class together, and they would do their nutrition together. Absolutely, a game-winning strategy is having a friend. Like I said, our gym was a coaching gym, so it was a premium membership, and they were paying to have that coach in their life. So when you weren't showing up at the gym, we would reach out to find you. We were holding you accountable to be in the gym. So whatever that looks like to you, whether you work with me individually, whether you work with a friend, whoever, just someone that can help hold you accountable. And then reward yourself is making sure that you celebrate your small victories. Now, listen, sometimes it's just like if you're kicking alcohol, you don't want to go celebrate by having a drink, obviously, right? And if you're trying to lose weight, you don't necessarily want to celebrate by going back to an old habit that puts you where you were, because then it's easy for us to relapse. But it's okay to find something new. It's finding a new habit, something that you can do that you're going to say, you know what, when I've lost my 20 pounds, when I've lost my X pounds, I'm going on a trip. I've been wanting to go to this destination or what have you. If I can do this for 1 week, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my favorite restaurant, and I'm going to have dinner. Whatever this looks like for you, and the self-discipline and accountability that we're reaching for. But lastly, I'm going to tell you this, and this is big. You got to be able to embrace failure. Not every day is going to be a win. You're not going to see it as a win, but if you're alive and you're still around to talk about it, you can go back to winning the next minute, the next hour, the next day, the next month, the next week, all those things. Is just keep that in mind. You've got to embrace the setbacks as they come. Fall off the wagon, get back on it. Have that piece of candy, don't do it tomorrow. Whatever that looks like to you. But just remember, when you fail, you got to fail and fall forward, not backwards. And those moments, you got to stop, reflect, take a look at it. What did I learn? Put it behind you and move on. It's easy said and done, but if you develop that strategy of put it behind me and move on. All right, this is what I learned. This is how it made me feel. All right, I'm not a loser because of this. I'm a freaking winner, and I've learned so much from this moment. Thank you for letting me have this moment of reflection and self-education. Put it behind you, move on. I hope it helps. Connect with me, especially if you're looking for accountability. If you are struggling, reach out for me. Can't wait to hear from you. Thank you for sharing, liking, commenting on all things. You guys have a good one.